Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a waterfall card. I first saw this technique on a website, Split Coast Stampers, but I've altered the pattern to my preferences, so I'm going to give you my dimensions and show you how I make the card. First thing you'll want to do is take your 5.5 by 8.5 piece, and you're going to want to score that in half. So score that in half. I always crease the score. And this is going to be your card base. The next thing you're going to want to do is take your 4 plain 2x2 squares. You'll stamp them and color them how you would like. I have mine done already. I used 2 of the Raindrops on Roses collection stamp sets. I used the Raindrops on Rosettes and Adorned in Roses. So I already have my squares ready. The next step will be to adhere your smaller squares to your larger squares. So you'll end up with 4 squares like this. I just use my double-sided adhesive to adhere those together. Now we will take the 10" by 2¼ piece of paper that we've cut, and we're going to score that. This is probably the trickiest step to making this card. Your first score is going to be at 2¼ . Your second score will be at 3 inches. Your next score will be at 3 3/4 inches. And your final score is going to be at 4½ inches. So now we're ready for the next step. You're going to notice a change in my card here. What I ended up doing is I decided I wanted more of a pattern on the front of my card, and I wanted to reinforce it a little bit to make it a little thicker. So I cut another piece of paper that was 5.5 by 4¼ and put that on the front of my card. You don't have to do that. It's an extra step, but it's nice because, as I said before, the card actually moves, and this will give it a little bit more substance on the front. So next thing you're going to want to do is take your 1" by 4¼ strip and take your long piece that we just scored. You want to figure out where you want to adhere the strip. So what I do is I put my long strip along my card like this, and I hold the strip over it and line it up so I know where I want to adhere it at. You can use eyelets for this step, or you can use adhesive. I'm going to use Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. Before I glue it down though, I'm going to remove this centerpiece and just glue down the sides. You want to make sure that you do not get any adhesive at all in the center of this. You just want to glue down the sides. Now that it's glued down, you'll see that this center piece is open. It's not adhered to the card whatsoever. Now you're going to take your long strip again. You're going to slide it back into the card. You're going to want to make sure that you have it centered. And then you're just going to glue this very top piece to that strip. Make sure again that you don't get any adhesive anywhere else on the card. I'm going to use my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive on that as well. You can use double stick tape if you have a tape that is very secure, because as I said before, this is a mechanical card. It is going to move, so you want to make sure that it is stuck down securely. So once you get that glued down, this should move on your card like this. This piece should not be adhered only to this center strip. The next step is going to be taking your squares and gluing them onto the card. I always play around with mine a little bit just to make sure I have them laid out where I want to. This first square is going to be the last one that you see, so that I have Happy Birthday stamped on there. I'm going to use that there. And I kind of played around with these already to see how I like the look, because you see a little bit of each one through the card. And that's how I'd like mine laid out. So I'm just going to use my advanced tape glider to glue these on. Just glue them down good. Now on these remaining ones, you're only going to be gluing on this area, so what I normally do is I just run my glue there. Again, you can use double stick glue, you can use the liquid glue if you prefer. You notice a little bit of glossiness to my stamped image. That's because I used some glossy accents on that. And I'll add additional embellishments to my card. But to show you how the waterfall card works, when you pull it, it opens up like that. It's a very pretty card. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can always send me a message. I'd be happy to give you any further instruction. Until next week, thanks and happy scrapping.